Right, good day everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to some Railroads Online on the PS5, and the PS5 Pro, as I'm playing it on, and welcome to part 2. And today I'm going to show, and I'm going to cover, in the first part, I covered tutorial 1, 2 and 3. We became aware of a sound glitch that we got in the game when you're controlling the locomotives from being inside the cab. So we're fully aware of that. That became apparent, and that's just in the tutorials. So it begged the question: if that's me discovering that in the tutorials within the first 30 minutes of playing the game, how did that not get picked up in testing? But it is what it is for the time being. Hopefully it'll get acknowledged and fixed as soon as possible. So we covered tutorial 1, which was supplying and refueling the locomotives. Tutorial 2 was driving them, and tutorial 3 was coupling rolling stock. So in number 4, you're going to learn how to purchase new rolling stock for your railroad and how to load and deliver freight. So without further ado, let's crack on for part 2. This is just covering the tutorials. We'll see how long this takes me to see if I get any time left in my allocated time of recording videos on the PS5 natively here, to see if we can get stuck into a single player section of the game. So welcome engineer, in this tutorial you'll learn how to purchase new rolling stock for your railroad and how to load freight and deliver freight. All new rolling stock will always arrive near you once you've purchased it. Let's purchase a flat car. Open the purchase menu by pressing down on the D-pad. So down on the D-pad. So this is all the stuff you can buy. Look at that, you've got old Fairbanks hand car, Porter, which is just the old Betsy. So let's have a quick nose at these. And then you've got stuff that's locked behind the need to level up. So there's a leveling up system that's clearly going to be present in the game. So you can't purchase some of this stuff until you've leveled up by playing through the game. And these are, from what I can figure out as well, this is the only thing in the game that costs you money to buy. I think building your infrastructure and laying down track and laying railway tracks doesn't cost you any money, but buying locomotives and cars does. So navigate to the flat car and start customizing it. So let's go across, and it's that one there, so I want to buy that one. So give it a number, which you can see on the side of the flat car there. Let's give it legendary number 72. You can name them if you want to name them. And you can have different paint jobs. And then when you want to buy it, you just press the square button when you're ready. So I'll have that paint job number 5, and then we'll buy. So congratulations, you've learned how to purchase new rolling stock. Now let's take a look at how to deliver freight and load freight cars. So walk to the unloading platform, which I was already doing. The icon above each platform will show you which kind of freight you can unload here and how much of it is currently stored. The freight you deliver has to match the required freight type of the platform, so this is just for logs. Look at the log car number 1 and unload it. The yellow arrows show you where the freight is being unloaded. Yellow arrows, they're orange arrows, aren't they? Nice little touch here, which I'll mention that I've picked up from the fact that I had a go at this yesterday, is that there's nothing currently in that water there. Little patch of swamp or bog there's nothing there, but the minute I start unloading this, it starts to roll down. I mean, it disappears, but then it appears in the water leak. And I've just got a trophy, which I didn't get yesterday, weirdly enough, called dumping logs. Oh, weird. I didn't get that yesterday when I did actually do this tutorial yesterday. Boggles the mind a little bit. So look at car number 2 and unload it. You can start and stop the unloading process of your freight car by pressing R2, I would imagine. So there's 10 logs there now. So I've done 5 off each one. Gotta do number 3. Yeah, number 3 as well. Okay, it's number 3. Get on here, there you go. Bit weird that is, how it's like prompting me to do it, but I have to really stand close to trigger it. So well done, you've unloaded all logs from the flat cars. The logs are now being processed in the sawmill. For each delivered freight item, you'll receive a payment and experience depending on the cargo item. So that's where the levelling system is going to come into play, is getting payments and experience from delivering freight and connecting networks. You can check your balance and experience in the player statistics menu. Open and close the player statistics menu by pressing right on the D-pad. So you can see there that I've got no experience. Oh no, I've got 150 experience. I've got no employer yet. Funds, I've got $1,850 in the bank. It's spring of year 1. It's Monday at 7 AM. The time isn't ticking over in the tutorial, but that does tick over when you start a single player game. And you have control over how fast the days and the nights elapse. Now let's load some freight. Walk to the freight crane. So let's get a Usain Bolt on. Let's close that actually. So you just literally look at the crane. This crane loads lumber onto the freight car, which will be there, so that will be loaded. So you literally press R2. It grabs it and it loads it. There's no skill as such involved in that like there is on something like SnowRunner or Farming Sim when you use any form of cranes, or Construction Sim when you use any form of cranes. It's just literally automated. Press R2, it does its job. Bob's your uncle. Which I don't mind, to be fair. I don't mind. The game's got, you know, enough immersion and depth, more so than I thought, to be honest. I don't need any extra immersion with finicky and precision loading of cranes. I'm quite happy the way that is. Personally, I'm quite happy. Other people might see different, other people might prefer to have more control there, where you actually control the actual crane with your sticks, but I'm happy the way that is, personally. That's just me. This crane loads beams onto the freight car. The icon above each loading platform will show you, which I didn't read. Look at the freight crane, and yeah, I'm getting out. I'm jumping ahead here because I did this yesterday. I'm jumping ahead. I'm not being very professional and reading it to you. The crane is now loading the produced beams onto the car. It will stop once it's reached the car's maximum capacity. You can start and stop loading process while interacting with the crane. And I think that's that one done. There you go. That's a very, very short tutorial. So this is where I got a bit tied up yesterday. It was laying tracks. In this tutorial, you learn how to remove vegetation and lay railroad tracks. This one I think I quit out of because I got to the point where I was trying to join two bits of track together, and I just could not master it at all. But let's give it another stab, eh? Let's give it another go. Let's see how we fare today. Let's be a bit more patient with it. So yeah, you do have to remove vegetation for lay your tracks. So welcome engineer, in this tutorial you'll learn how to remove vegetation and lay railroad tracks. Walk to the edge of the forest. Run forest, run! There you go. To cut down a tree we need the logging tool. Open the tool section menu and select the logging tool represented by the lumberjack icon. lumberjack, lumberjack. There we go. So when that's selected, you literally just look at a tree until you get that symbol. Look at a tree and cut it down by pressing R2. Bang. Didn't exactly cut it down, did he? It actually picked it out of the ground, but hey-ho. Cut down 5 more trees. The slope of the tree tells you which direction it will fall. The slope of the tree or the slope of the saw? I don't get that. Because I can't control that saw. That's very odd. Oh, oh, oh. Just going for a dance. What's he do? Want me to do one more tree? Should do this little thing here. There you go. So close the logging tool. Congratulations, you have learned how to remove vegetation using the logging tool. Now let's proceed with how to lay straight railroad tracks. Walk over to the end of the current track. To extend the current track, you need the construction menu. Open the construction menu with triangle. Select rail track. All track types build the same way, but differ in their maximum height and their appearance. So select the rail track. So let's face this way. You want to branch off from the existing end point. Look at the end segment 1 until you see the link symbol, which I can see. And then when you can see that link symbol, you literally press square to place. So now enable the precise mode. So let's take my time here and let's not try and jump ahead. That might be where I got caught out yesterday. Set the radius to 0 meters. So where's the radius? Oh, have I got to place it first? Yeah, there we go. Precise mode. Where's... I'm assuming the radius there is the 1/3 one in, and it's already at 0. The first one is the angle. I don't know what the second one is, with like a grid. Then I'm assuming the third one in is the radius. 3 again is if I just move forward and I just walk left and right and zigzag, and it'll do so with the track. See, this you can catch me out again, this is. I'm undoing that. That isn't it. That first one is the angle, not the radius. The radius, in my opinion, is already set to 0. I'm reading that right. I had it there. There we go. I think I've got it. You can raise and lower the step size. Extend the rail to 15 meters length. It's catching me out a bit here. It's got me again here. It's got me because it skipped top left hand side, an instruction skipped. Ah, there we go. It's hard to get precise there, though. Jesus. That might have to do. Yeah, right. Right. Okay, it's making a bit of sense. When it does that old teleport somewhere else, I thought that was a glitch as well, you know. Let's take a look at how to lay curved tracks. Walk over to the end of the current track. Now, funnily enough, when I quit out of this tutorial yesterday, it wasn't at that... It was at this point here where I was trying to do the curve stuff and I couldn't master it. And yet, I've just been struggling with that other stuff there. How bizarre. So, open the construction menu. Select rail track. Let's not place anything until it tells me what to do. So, the link symbol indicates you can link track pieces here. So, place. Ah. Do you know where I went wrong yesterday? Is when it says, see how it says precise on the screen now. It's in precise mode now. I thought I'd got to press the triangle to switch it to precise mode, but it's in precise mode. So I might be able to figure this now, because where I became a bit unstuck yesterday on this one was joining it to that track up ahead there, because there's a bit of an incline. There you go, yeah, incline. Let's take a look at how to lay inclined railroad tracks. Walk over to the end of the current track. So let's take my time with this one. So open the construction menu. We need a variant. Why did it go dead quick? Select the track with a high ballast. So I'm on rail track. Choose variant, press triangle to switch over to this one on the right hand side. Track with high ballast. So let's select that. We want to branch off from the existing end point. So look at the end point, the second one, until you see the link symbol. Well, let's not place anything until it says what to do. Let's not try and jump ahead of what the tutorial is telling me to do. Branch off from this. Now enable precise mode. Strange how it's got me doing radius curve again when I'm supposed to be doing inclines and stuff. Oh, I can't go down to below 30, what? Game. Just when I think I've sussed it. And I'm making good progress because I'm taking my time. And then it's got me again here because I would set the radius as 0 meters. I'm in precise mode, so I'm trying to do the radius. Oh, it's there. So up to 1,000, right. There, okay, got it. Wow. So set the track incline to 4.0%. Ah, there you go. Right, okay. Ah, right, okay. I think I'm steadily getting there. I still think I'm going to have a lot of trial and error in the single player game, because it literally it takes the shackles off in the single player game, and it doesn't give you any prompts or anything. It literally just drops you in a map once you picked a map, and you just go for it. And I didn't get to this point yesterday, so I was trying to run before I could walk, doing that last bit on this particular tutorial. I didn't even get to this point. So because I'm doing exactly what it says, even I am having a bit of difficulty with it. So the link symbol indicates you can link to the current piece. So if I press place, I'm not going to do anything until it tells me what to do. Or did it want me to do it? Let's put it down and see what happens. Or was I supposed to keep that open? Right, okay, I think I was supposed to keep that open. I think I was supposed to keep that open, so let's see if I can wing it. I've done it, there you go. Okay. So you can spin the camera around so you can see and get the joins done properly. Now, I will say, you're right, you have to be very, very careful. Now, you see this here? Even though that's just a bit of shrubbery, so to speak. Oh, too late, it's gone off. So that bit of shrubbery there that you saw before it kicked me out and back into the main menu, I saw one guy streaming this who was building a track, and he took down some trees so his track could go through a forest, and he left those little bits of shrubbery in. And when he ran his train kept derailing, and when he got out the train and looked at the map and the track, there's little bits of shrubbery were knocking his train off the track, so you've got to remove everything, not just the trees. You've got to make sure you get rid of everything. So that was tutorial number 5. So we're on the last tutorial now. In this tutorial, we learn how to operate cranes, chutes, facilities, and other interactive objects. So I wonder if I'm about to be corrected here. I wonder if there's going to be more interaction with the cranes. That is optional or non-optional. With this saying that it's now going to tell me how to operate cranes, even though I've already done them in a previous tutorial. So welcome engineer, in this tutorial you'll learn how to operate cranes, chutes, facilities and other interactable objects. First we'll take a look at the cargo cranes. The cranes are used to load cargo onto cars. For this we have travelled to the log camp. It produces logs and cordwood on its own. Walk to the cargo crane. And then you press R2, so it is still automated. The crane is unloading cordwood onto the car. It will stop once it has reached the car's maximum capacity. You can start and stop the loading process by interacting with the crane. Load the freight car with 8 cordwood. 8? Ah, there we go, 8. Okay. So congratulations, you have learned how to operate cargo cranes, which is odd, because I learned how to do them on a previous tutorial. Now let's take a look at how to operate freight chutes. For this we have travelled to the iron ore mine, produces the iron ore and needs beams and lumber to operate. So walk to the beam unloading platform. Look at the freight car and unload the beams from it. The yellow arrow will show where the freight is being unloaded. So I just pick this up. Ah. Oh, as easy as that. Okay. Look at the other freight car and unload the lumber from it. The yellow arrow will show you where. Okay. So walk over to the iron ore car. At this silo you can load your iron ore car. The info box on the silo shows the iron ore icon. What? Let's close that. Why is it not giving me a weight? That's so weird when it teleports you. Now let's take a look at how to operate the gate valves. For this we have travelled to the oil field. The oil field produces crude oil and needs beams, pipes and toolboxes to operate. The oil field has started operations and is now producing crude oil. You can fill your tank car at the oil dock. Walk over to the tank car. Next we need to rotate the spout above the tank car opening. Look at the spout and move it. So look at the main gate valve and open it. Look at the secondary gate valve and open it. The tank car is being filled with crude oil. Fill the tank car with crude oil. Basic. Let's close that valve. Do you have to do the secondary valve, the first valve as well? No, no, no. Now let's take a look at how to operate barrel ramps. For this, we'll travel to the refinery. It produces oil and requires lumber pipes and crude oil to operate. We have already filled up the storages for you. The refinery has started operations and is now producing oil barrels. Walk to the oil barrel loading platform. Look, right, okay. Look at the barrel ramp. Which one? Is it pointing at one? This one. Yeah, this one. That's bizarre. Load freight car with at least 10 oil barrels. Ah, that's it for the tutorials. So that's the tutorial done. So there's multiplayer, obviously, to this game. There's the single player. The single player, like I say, drops you straight in, doesn't give you any, from what I can gather, it doesn't give you any hand holding whatsoever. Options wise, you've got the control layouts there for on foot and for when you're in the locomotives. You got your audio, which again, like I say, I knocked the music down to 10% because it's quite overbearing in the game. Kind of removes you from the atmosphere as well, being as loud as it was, but on default. Video, I'm running in performance mode. There is only performance and quality, so I'm running in performance. Generally, I think it runs very well, apart from, like I say, the sound glitch. From a visual perspective, it runs quite well. It's got some of the usual stuff with like graphics clipping through other surfaces and so forth, but that's forgivable. Then you've literally just got your language and your credits. And the guy, that's the guy who flashes up at the beginning, so he is Mr. Railroads on Line, so to speak. So let's have a quick look the single player. So that was my other one I started yesterday. I'm gonna leave that one for now. In fact, I mean, I'm gonna delete it because I did nothing, to be fair. Even though I was probably on it for quite a few minutes, I did nothing. I feel like I achieved nothing. So we're gonna create. Oh, I give it a name. Okay. And then you've got your 3 maps. So you've got Lake Valley. Lake Valley combines 3 exciting biomes on one map. Explore the vast desert with its cacti and cliffs, a large swamp, and the beautiful hills embedding a mountain lake. Map size is 16 kilometers squared. Then you've got Pine Valley. Pine Valley is a captivating map inspired by the Rocky Mountains. It boasts expansive valleys, towering mountains, and a meandering river. The name Pine Valley is derived from the abundance of pine trees that grace its landscape. That's another 16 square meter. Then you've got Aurora Falls, which is 36 square meter. Aurora Falls is a large map inspired by the landscapes of Alaska. Discover mountain lakes, waterfalls, a varied flora, and enjoy the view over the breathtaking landscape high in the snowy mountains. So let's start with a smaller map. I can always get a second save game going if I begin to get my head around everything and things start to flow. So you've got physics settings, you've got beginner, easy, medium, hard, and you've got realistic. We'll go with easy, start with industry difficulty, easy, medium, hard. On that, we'll stick with easy. Fuel consumption is off, and put that on, medium. Automatic couplers, off. Gonna see if I can remember them from the tutorial. You only need 1 link, 2 pins, 1 link. I did it wrong yesterday. When I started to play a game, I put 2 links in. And then we'll start. And once you drop in the map, I'm going to bring up to the statistics window. So there you go. So choose your starter locomotive. The Michigan California Lumber Company's number 2 Shay is the oldest surviving Shay in the world, built in 1884 for the Rumsey Lumber Company. The Shay quickly proved to be a boon in the logging industry, able to climb steeper grades and negotiate tighter turns than their conventional contemporaries. While stronger Shays and other gear locomotives would later designate the Mitch Cal number 2 to switcher duties, the Shay design was proven, and this particular model was preserved in 1953 as a testament to its successful and long working career. The engine is on display in Redding, California. So that's the Shay. Then you've got the Betsy. The Porter 04 OST is modelled after an 8-ton Porter Type B, one of the Porter's popular models for narrow gauge and industrial operations. The engine, known by many as Betsy in-game, is useful for negotiating tight curves on a tight budget, though it lacks strength and firewood capacity, making it useful for shorter runs. This model was used as a Lackawanna Iron and Steel Company, as well as on the Antelope and Western as their number 1 locomotive. It was also used in logging operations, quarries, and other industrial sites due to its small size. And then you've got the last one, which is the Montezuma. Montezuma was one of class of 4 Baldwin 8 RC3 240 locomotives built for the Denver and Rio Grande in 1871. The Montezuma was the first locomotive built for the Rio Grande and as such was numbered 1. However, her sisters Cortez, Ute and Del Norte arrived after a series of more powerful 260 locomotives, claiming the numbers 4, 6 and 7. The little engines quickly were unfit for the tasks the Rio Grande required due to their small stature and low power despite their speed, and by 1888 they had been either scrapped or sent off to other railroads. The last reported sighting of this type of locomotive was in 1915, supposedly at the Leadville smelter. No locomotives of this type survive in preservation. Okay, right, I'm going to go with... The what it in me wants to go with the Betsy to give myself a bit of a challenge because it doesn't have. But then you need something for longer runs. But tell you what, we're gonna stick with the Betsy. So there you go, drops you in the game on the map. We've got a full day-night cycle in play now. If I bring up the stats window, you'll see the time there ticking down. Spring, year 1, Monday. Look at the time, how fast it's going. Now, if I close that and I go to the options, you have a few more extra things here, I think, in the gameplay. So type of weather, dynamic. Weather event duration, 8 minutes. Let's put them to 15. Time of day starts at 12 AM midnight. Day cycle on. Day length in minutes. I'm going to stick that to 25. I want longer days. And night. Night is never as long as it, so that was 15. No, 14. Fuel consumption medium. Automatic couplers it's off. Time between autosaves 15 minutes. Let's leave it to 15 minutes. You've got the HUD on. You can take the HUD off if you want. Gameplay alerts on. So if I've set the day length to minutes now, let's just make sure that that's saved. Yeah, 25 minutes, sorry, day length to 25. So I bring up the stats. I mean, it's still ticking down pretty quick, that is. Isn't it? Considering. And it started me at midday, hasn't it, I think. So anyway, so I've got my starter locomotive, which is the Betsy, the Porter 01. I've got 2 logging flat cars. Let's just go and have an inspection of the locomotive. So that's the pressure gauge. Water, we should be alright for water. We've got firewood here for fuel. Now in theory what I need to do, because obviously it puts you here, that's the, I don't know the point of this. I'm not quite sure the point of this. Because this is beeping and you can't interact or do anything with it. So over here, I've got seed pallet, and that is the only thing I've got to offer so far for stuff to do. So I ideally need to build a track to get that locomotive and that rail car. Pending that rail car can actually carry seed, I'm not even sure if it can, because it says it's a logging flat car, so it might not even be able to carry the seed. But I need to build a track and get that over here and then deliver it. Now if you press the touchpad, not the touchpad, sorry, didn't print the touchpad, left on the D-pad brings up the map. But you can't really do anything with the map. You can't interact with the map. I can't move the pointer. I don't know if that's another bug. If I press the left stick down, it transports me and puts me inside that telegraph office where that beeping was coming from. But I don't understand it because I can't do anything with this map. I've even got fast travel, which has put me in here. So I don't know if this is another glitch or another bug, but the map is kind of pointless because I can't move the pointer. I've got a pointer there. I don't know if that pointer is just supposed to represent me, but I'm not supposed to be able to move it. But I can't move around the map to see what the icons are. Can't do anything at all. To stroke the touchpad, with the D-pad, any of the sticks, they're not doing anything. So I don't know what them things are, what them symbols are, because I would assume that I've got to connect something. Now what I probably need to do is see if that map is assuming that up is north, so left, or sorry, right is east. Maybe the first thing to do here is to connect my railroad to what looks like, I can just about make out there, to the left, to the right of me, sorry, is a lumber yard. and maybe do that. But I haven't got a compass. Speaking of which, I haven't got a compass. Right, so the lumberyard. The only way I can figure out which way I'm pointing, because I haven't got a compass, is by looking at the map. Because my arrow changes which way I'm pointing. So, according to this, over here is a lumberyard. But how far? Oh, over there. There's a lumberyard. So I got to get my... start building a network here and connect it to lumberyard. Well, like I say, the shackles come off when you jump in the single player. It literally does no hand holding whatsoever. And you've got to kind of wing it and figure things out yourself. I think that's a lumberyard there, isn't it? Yeah, that's going to be the lumberyard there. So would the first port of call here be to connect my what I assume is my HQ to this lumberyard so I can gather lumber? Because seeing as I've got to log in flat cars. Cordwood. I don't think you can go. You can't go in all the buildings or any buildings, can you? No. So, I'm going to say that I need to put a track here. I'm assuming the track would have to go this side. Down on the D-pad is to go to the shop, by the way. Up on the D-pad is to bring out your lantern for when night falls. Yeah, it's bizarre how it fully takes off the shackles for the single player, and you've got to figure things out yourself pretty much from everything you've learned and picked up in the tutorials. So if I go back across to my base now, I need to build some kind of layout and infrastructure in my base for the tracks and the intersections and so forth. Because I've got 3 starting rails in my base. So I need to build tracks so that I can first off is to get this Betsy to this track to couple them, and then once I've coupled them, to take them to maybe the logging camp to get wood. And then do I bring the wood here, sell it, and I get money? Don't know. I might have to figure things out. But like I say, my first order here is to get these tracks connected so that I can get this Betsy on to join that and couple. And then figure out as well where I take and sell these so I can start making money. Because I would imagine that's the bread and butter of the game, is to build a network, trade, make money, sell, and so on. But again, for now guys, I've done the last 3 tutorials for this part 2. We've had a quick sneak peek of what happens when you physically start a single player game. But I'm going to save getting stuck into a single player game for my next video, once I get my head around it. and I'm going to leave this video. I'm going to end this video here. So part 2 of tutorials 4, 5 and 6, I'm going to end here. So if you've enjoyed this content, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure to hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I do post more content, because I do want to post more content of this game. I especially want to get some single player stuff up on this channel, so you can see the struggle. The struggle will be real, but you'll see it in real time, so to speak, on a video, and you'll see me getting my head around the systems, hopefully, and mastering the systems, and then getting more fluent with the game. That will be posted up as soon as I can. Drop any comments, any questions, any suggestions, any thoughts you have in the comment section below. And I will catch you guys on the next one. So thanks for watching, take care, have a good day, and I'll see you soon.